Are you experiencing hair loss, excessive shedding, and hair loss with circular patches? If you are, you may be experiencing something called alopecia areata. Hi, I'm Dr. Nina, and here on my channel we talk about hair loss and health-related issues. Okay, so you may be wondering, what is alopecia areata? So alopecia areata is an autoimmune condition where the immune system considers your hair follicle as a foreign substance, so it starts to attack the hair follicle in this very distinctive way, and that's how you get these circular patches. So that's how we're able to determine whether or not it is alopecia areata or some other type of hair loss. So some of the triggers could be environmental. It could be due to medication we've seen. And we have also seen that a lot of people who have recovered from COVID tend to have alopecia areata coming up within the past, I would say, year or so. So pretty much when alopecia areata was kind of discovered, we noticed that it would happen in younger kids. Kids would go through these phases where their hair would fall out in these circular patches. This particular diagnosis came about. But now we are seeing it definitely in adults as well as kids. For example, I have a new client, an 8-year-old, recently got some type of, I'm going to say, shot. And within 4 months, her hair started shedding and she got these distinctive circular patches. And then when we started to do some testing, we did see that her immune system was into overdrive. Now, what caused the immune system to go into overdrive? That's something that we are still doing testing to kind of see, because like I said, toxins is huge. Toxins is in the foods that we eat, environmental, it could be heavy metal. So some of the things that we look for when we do have a case for someone that have alopecia areata is, okay, we're doing the thyroid testing. And the reason why we're doing the thyroid is because we want to see how the thyroid is functioning, because we have found in cases that thyroid imbalances, especially hypo or Hashimoto's, can also trigger alopecia areata. Then we're looking at minerals. How is the zinc and your selenium, copper, like what is the balance and the ratios in those too, because that can also be a trigger. And then what I'm also finding too is when we take a step further and we're doing testing on the gut, we're looking for parasites, because there was a scenario where I had a client who traveled out of town, out of the country, and when he came back within a few months, he started noticing that he was losing hair in this very distinctive look, but his alopecia areata was more towards the back part. Come to find out, there were some parasites that was present. And then another huge thing is heavy metal. Heavy metal exposure too can also cause the immune system to go into overdrive. Nickel, mercury exposure. Some people, believe it or not, too much silver too. So these are all the things that we look for when we do have cases like this. So now you're wondering, okay, I have alopecia areata, like what can I do to see if I can actually get my hair back? So there are a lot of cases where you can rejuvenate your hair, but we have to get to the root cause of what actually caused the alopecia areata to trigger in the first place. So that's where the testing comes into play at. Doing all of these different types of functional medicine testing to see, okay, what is happening. And then we are focusing on to see, okay, if there's anything that's going on in the immune system, let's try to build the immune system back up. Then we're looking at the gut, correcting any imbalances inside of your gut, as well as any other testing, such as like your white blood cells and your red blood cells and those factors. There are treatments that we do. So we actually do microneedling on the scalp. And the reason for this is that we found that microneedling can be very effective for creating, when we're using growth factors, creating fibroblasts and creating collagen production to start the process for new hair. Because the hairs is, at times when you have alopecia areata, it's not that the follicle is gone, it's just that it's sitting in a dormant state. So we want to get things rolling again. So we do a series of these type of treatments along with nutraceuticals, different vitamins, and getting you on the right type of foods, staying away from inflammatory foods that can kind of, cause your condition to revert, breads and sugars and sodas, and until we can actually, I would say, get your body back into balance. We do UV light therapy, which is excellent for anyone that have alopecia areata And then some new findings is that natural progesterone cream, we've been getting some great success with some of our female clients who have been experiencing alopecia areata. So I spoke a lot about treatments that's typically done on the holistic side. Now, when you go to a dermatologist, some of the options available is going to be steroid injections. Theory behind getting steroid injections for someone that have alopecia areata is getting on the inflammation piece, calming down the inflammation with the hope that the hair will start to grow back. In addition to steroid injections, there are certain prescriptions such as Plaquenil that I know that's being given out. Of course, minoxidil is always on the list when someone has various types of hair loss. And then with kids, some of my younger clients, I know that dermatologists, they're doing some cases or they're trying out JAK inhibitors. So JAK inhibitors is pretty much fairly new, and some doctors are getting some success with using JAK inhibitors to regrow hair. But like I tell everyone, do your own research because there is some huge side effects that can take place in the future if you are using a JAK inhibitor. But those are some of the things that you can also think about and, like I say, research if you do want to go through the conventional route of seeing a dermatologist. So there you have it. So if you have alopecia areata or you know someone that have alopecia areata and you just may want some more information, or you want some insight on your case, feel free to contact us. Click on the link below and we'll be happy to help you. If you thought this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.